Welcome back, everybody. Change your perspective, change your awareness, change your life. Dr. Michelina, AF, hashtag that felon doctor. And I want to talk about hope today. I want to talk about hope. We are in the Christmas season. I want to talk about hope, hopelessness, and false hope. And so I think the most dangerous out of all of those is false hope, honestly. But hopelessness is pretty dangerous too. True hope, hoping for something that is realistic, is a real balm to the lost world that we're in, right? Having hope in something that is going to turn out based on evidence or fact or strong beliefs that are rooted in logic are a really great thing, right? Like, and this isn't faith, right? Faith and hope are different. Faith is hoping for things based on, faith is not, I don't want to use hope in the definition of faith, right? Faith is you're believing in something you haven't seen. That's faith. Believing in something you haven't seen. Hope is you are believing in something that's going to occur. Believing in something that's going to occur. And if it's true hope, it's based on some kind of like evidence. Faith is based on like belief and unseen, but hope is based on evidence for the most part, right? Like I can hope that this thing is going to happen based on this evidence. False hope is hoping something's going to happen based on like delusion, right? Or just like, I want this thing to happen, so it's going to happen. I hope that it's going to, or I hope that he loves me, even though he's never texted you back. Like that is false hope, you know? Hopelessness is when you have nothing to look forward to. Hope gives us something to look forward to. Hope gives us something to look forward to. And so sometimes like a true hope we have in things that we're looking forward to based on the expectation that like reasonable expectation. As an example, I hoped to go to my graduation because I went through the process of graduating, right? Like that was a hope. Like I hoped that that would happen. I was looking forward to it. I don't have to have faith that I'm going to graduate. I'm going to graduate, right? I have hope that I'm going to be there. False hope based on nothing, really. You're based on your wishes and wants. It's like, oh, maybe he's going to marry me. He's not even dating you, so probably not. Sorry. False hope is a man who's like afraid to commit but won't cut off a woman, right? False hope is like, oh yeah, well, we'll see. And it's like, will we though? Because all I'm seeing right now is like non-committal BS. False hope happens when I don't want to say deliberately mislead, but like it could be an intentional mislead. It could be an unintentional mislead. It could be because we're a little bit cowardly. We don't want to deal with the fallout, et cetera, et cetera. False hope happens when there's obscurity, no clarity. Hope happens when there's clarity. Hopelessness happens when you're heavy and tired. Things are heavy and you are tired and you don't want to continue on. You've been very disappointed. Your expectations are shot. Hope is a tricky thing because it is rooted a little bit in expectation, and expectation 9 times out of 10 disappoints us. 9 times out of 10, expectation is not going to work in our favor because we get very specific parameters around what we think is going to happen, and then it doesn't happen because like we're not prophets, and so like the thing doesn't happen in the way we want it to happen. Now we're disappointed. It's like, well, like why though? Expectation's a tricky thing, and hope, true hope, is rooted in expectation. The expectation that something good is going to happen to you. Now, if you can get good at hope in turning small dials, as an example, I hope that something good happens to me today, and guess what? I woke up and I'm breathing and have a roof over my head and I'm super grateful, so something already good has happened to me today. I have hope that something good is going to happen to me, and oh look, because I'm grateful, good things have already happened. It's like a very realistic hope setting goal. That makes sense. It's like, you're not, oh, I hope I'm going to win $1 million today. That's false hope because you didn't even play the lottery. You have no deceased relatives. Like, why the heck are you getting $1 million? You didn't do the work for $1 million. Like, what are you talking about? Right, false hope. At least you can have hope in like winning the lottery if you actually played the lottery. There's an expectation there. It could be false hope, but people actually do win the lottery. So you could have hope in that, even though you know it's not likely, but it is probable, or it is possible. Not probable, it is possible. Hope, when you use it in like small granular kind of increments in your daily life, will build on hope. So it's like you wake up in the morning, you're like, I hope something good happens to me today, right? You go to bed, you're like, wow, what good thing happened to me today? And you start thinking about all the good things that happened. You're like, ooh, hope fulfilled. Good things happened to me today. I hoped that something good happened to me today. Guess what? Good things did happen to me today. However, what we do a lot of times is we live in false hope or hopelessness. We have very big gaps between expectation and reality, and it gives us false hope. Or we get to a place where we have no expectation and we hate our reality and we live in hopelessness. And it's not productive. Hope is a beautiful thing to have. It is important to have, but it's also important to be realistic. And I think that the best hope is grounded in realistic expectation and belief. And so it's like, when we take an inventory of all the things that we have, all the things that we can be hopeful for, you know, we have the ability to recover more quickly when disappointments happen. If we take an honest inventory, right? So like, you can be hoping for a promotion. You went for the promotion. You're hoping for the promotion. You don't get the promotion, but you have hope in the fact that man's rejection is God's protection. This is all working out for me. Guess what? It's going to work out for you. You can have hope in that because it always does. It's just how it works. Everything's working for you all the time. So you don't have to have hope in the thing, the promotion. You can have hope in the concept that no matter what happens, you're going to be okay and this is going to work out for you. And that is how hope grows, hope blooms, hope blossoms. What we do is we have hope in the what, in the circumstance, and not in the larger how concept. And we end up shooting ourselves in the foot, and then we have false hope, and then we get hopeless. We don't know what to do with hope because we don't know what to do with expectation because we're not realistic a lot of times and we're very emotional. We get fixated on the surface level stuff and we don't come back and look at the overall larger concepts or the overall bigger things, right? So that's just a note on hope. And hope is a tricky one, right? Anytime you get into these big concepts, hope, love, faith, trust, surrender, all these things that are like so important and so tricky, hard to wrap up in an 8-minute segment, but I think it's important to get those distinctions. And I hope it is helpful. See, I hope it's helpful. Do you know why I can hope that it's helpful? Because I showed up and talked to you about it. I know what I'm talking about and you watched it. I hope that it's helpful. That's a reasonable expectation to have, that what I'm telling you right now will help you. I don't think there's a false hope there, and I don't think there's hopelessness there, right? There's a very practical application there. I hope this is helpful to you. If it's not, I hope you find something else that's helpful to you. Maybe on this channel, maybe on another, right? Reasonable expectation, because I showed up and did my part. Hope is best done in small, like little realistic increments. And you'll see that hope will grow and build momentum. And then the big things that you've been hoping for will be much more realistic. So if you like what you're seeing, like, subscribe, hit the bell, comment, tell your friends, grow the channel. I'm going to keep bringing these series to you, and I will see you guys here on the next video.